Hey there, YouTube friends. Welcome back to Planet Coaster, and today we're making this, a highly themed, sci-fi inspired ride, thanks to my friend Moomin Littlesock and his challenge. We're only going to use in-game pieces, not even any DLC or TMTK. But it all started with this. How did we get there? Let's dive in. I'm Masked Bandit. Thanks for being here today. Always appreciate you in my videos, and I always appreciate you watching Planet Coaster. Today we're going to do things a little bit differently. We're going to kind of do a mini stop motion video where we're going to show piece by piece how we built, well, chunk by chunk, how we built this piece. This was originally designed for Moomin Littlesock and his tiny park projects. This was supposed to be the third one, but then Planet Coaster 2 came out, and obviously we're also very excited about that, and there's just not enough time. So Moomin gave me his blessing, and so I want to show you what I built for his project. And this is that crazy flat. I don't think I even remember the name of it in game, but I really wanted to go all out with the sci-fi theme. Very difficult pieces in the sci-fi set. One of my least used sets in the game, honestly. But it was a really fun challenge to find how to use these pieces. So we used a bunch of sci-fi sets and other standard base game pieces. No TMTK, no DLCs for this project. And I didn't really have an aesthetic in mind. It feels kind of like Tomorrowland meets Star Wars. And I think that's just sort of the vein that you're kind of pushed into when you're using all of these sci-fi pieces, because these are, like I said, the most themed pieces, which I find that when pieces are the most themed, they tend to push you in a direction. So what we're doing here is we're just sort of building up the main ride pad. I decided to raise it up and stick the queue underneath, giving me an opportunity to do an interior queue, which is what you saw just a few bits ago. But you can see we're just adding detail, adding clutter, adding sci-fi chunks and blocks to really sell this idea that this is a sci-fi park. In the back here, I decided to add some ATMs and give it a nice cover with some misters. Wasn't quite sure what else was going to be involved in the park, but I thought for my part, I had a pretty long and narrow pad, and I wanted to include as much as I could aside from just the ride. So I put the ride in, some ATMs, a restaurant, and even some restrooms. Here we are beginning to work on that shop, which I think is going to turn out really, really well, and hopefully you think so too. If you're enjoying this new style, I've really not done this before. If this is a kind of something that interests you, doing something like this, go ahead and hit the like button and consider subscribing. And let me know in the comments that you enjoyed this format of this video. I might do more in the future. This was actually lots of fun to put together. But here we are building a bit of an interior with lots of sci-fi clutter and a checkerboard floor with a queue line to order your food. And the way this would work is you would go up and there would be food out for you, and you would go grab it and you would bring it to those cashiers. That's what those two those two sci-fi people are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the themed cashiers. I redesigned this wall here with a concave window and art shape pattern here, and used a lot of the ship pieces. A lot of the bigger pieces you're seeing are the spaceship pieces repurposed as supports for walls and arches and things like that. And again, shocked at how well shocked at how well it all came out. You know me and my puns. We decided to name this restaurant the Hangry Hanger. Because, you know, when you're hangry, you need to go get something to eat. Here's that restroom block that I mentioned a little bit ago. And starting to add some greenery. I really did want to set this into a theme park. I didn't want it to feel like a, you know, a space base or something. I wanted it to feel like it could exist in a theme park setting, hence the use of the marula trees. Also decided to add a pop of color, and we decided to go with teal, red, and orange, a color scheme that I like quite a bit. It differs a little bit from my usual teal, orange, and purple, so hey, we got a new color in there this time. The detail here on the left side of the building with those windows, I really am happy with how that turned out. This was a puzzle, trying to get all these pieces to coalesce into one massive structure, but I think in the end it looks unified yet unique, which is something that was exciting for me, and hopefully you agree that it looks pretty good. Adding some outdoor seating now, because obviously there's nowhere to eat inside, and yeah. we are going to take a look at how I built the interior here, and then I do believe it's going to be cinematic time. Just a little bit of decoration on the inside to really make it pop. Added that little bit there. I like that suspended from the ceiling. And let's take a look at the whole thing. Here we are as we enter the queue and we leave the light behind us. We shift into the interior of this queue here with our star space wall. Maybe there's some projections that shoot across. That'd be super cool. Kind of like in the Space Mountain queue, I believe it's at Disney World. And then when we turn the corner here, you can get a look at how this interior turned out. I love the greenish, bluish vibe. Very cold feeling, almost Matrixy with the kind of green. Although with the hint of blue, it adds a bit of softness, not as kind of gross, to be completely frank, as the Matrix. But I can imagine this is a nice, cool place to stand in line for a while. While the ride might not be exciting, on a hot summer day, I wouldn't mind standing in here. And we begin to ascend up onto the loading platform. And as we do, we transition. There's the ride. That would be pretty intense standing in this essential cage watching this ride whiz above you. And as you approach here, I don't know if I'd ride this ride, to be completely honest with you. It's a little intense. So here's a better look at that restaurant, the Hangry Hanger, in all of its glory. And so yeah, this is just a short little video, and honestly, this might be the second to last or last Planet Coaster video on the channel for a good long while, maybe ever, as Planet Coaster 2 is rapidly approaching. As we enter the night cinematics, I want to thank you so much for watching, and again, if you did enjoy, do consider hitting the like button, consider subscribing. We are slowly growing, inching to 17,000 subscribers, and I'd love for you to be a part of it. With all that being said, I'm going to let these cinematics finish out. I hope you enjoyed. Have yourself a great day, great night, great whatever, and I will see all of you for the next Planet Coaster content, whether that's this game or the much anticipated sequel. I know I'm excited, and I hope to see you there. Take care, everyone. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.